Hello, this is Dan Sigmund, and I'm coming to you today in my personal capacity as a farmer in Rubicon, a citizen of Dodge County. And we're going to talk about our Dodge County Sheriff because there's something brewing here that nobody's talking about. Everybody's quiet as a church mouse. Shh, don't say anything, it might get out. But we called this a title with a question: Sheriff Dale Schmidt guilty of defamation and libel? This is something that we've been wondering if we could get adjudicated in a court of law for almost 10 years already. Why is it still an issue today? And I want to let you know that it is. And something that was just dead in the water all of a sudden is alive again. Make note of this date, because we're very close to finding out if our sheriff actually is guilty of these things. On September 23rd, 2026, that's next month, there's going to be a hearing. It's called a final pre-trial hearing. Yes, believe it or not, the wheels of justice turn slow. We're getting to a final pre-trial hearing. And this is between Dodge County, the sheriff, and the sheriff's office, who are the defendants, and Celebrity A Mockery and My Light Ministries are the plaintiffs in this defamation suit. And the sheriff is accused of wrongful slander, defamation of a Beaver Dam citizen. That's Celebrity A Mockery. What is this hearing's purpose? Up to this point, we've gotten through discovery. There's been depositions. I don't know if there's been interrogatories, but there's been questions back and forth. There's been interviews, I believe. And now we're to the point of mediation. Can we mediate an agreement here to just end this all? So this pre-trial, this final pre-trial hearing is going to be one in which the two parties come together in front of Judge Hetzel in Washington County and tell him their findings. Yes, we can agree on something. No, we can't. Interestingly enough, on the hearing notice, the reason for the hearing is, what did they say it was? Well, let's see if we can make a deal with money, you know. Here, I think I have it right here. I should know that. Money judgment. Simple words, right? To see if we can come to a money judgment, to see if we can just make an agreement here. And I think Dodge County and the sheriff, they want to just buy their way out of this kind of situation. We shall see if the plaintiff is agreeable to that. Will he just take some money and then be quiet? Or is this going to go further to trial? From what I hear, trial is probably going to come if the satisfaction isn't met with just, if it's just money, it probably won't be good enough. We will see. But that's what this hearing is about. This is the last chance before a trial to make a deal, and if a deal can't be made, then our sheriff's going to go on the stand, and probably a mockery's going to go on the stand, and there'll be other witnesses going on the stand, and everything that the suit has alleged will be questioned, and we will find out the validity of it all. In other words, everything is going to become public on what his accusations are against the sheriff and if they're true or not. The question will be, does the sheriff want to go there? We will find out. So far, it's only about the sheriff being a defendant in a lawsuit, and I find it ironic that the sheriff at this point is suing a lady in Illinois, I believe, Chicago area, for defaming him. And I mean, politics is crazy, and truth is stranger than fiction. He's all up in arms because some gal in Illinois, as you've seen in the news over the last 4 to 6 months, has been supposedly accusing the Dodge County Sheriff's Office of wrongful, what's the word again here? Wrongful detainment. And he says no, she says yes. Here in the Celebrity A Mockery case, this defamation goes back to a previous lawsuit, just so you have context. Almost 10 years ago, A Mockery was arrested and put in Dodge County Jail for 6 months with no hearing, no charges brought against him because there was no hearing. And when an immigration judge in Chicago found out about this, he ordered plaintiff Amakri released within 30 minutes. Not next week, not 2 weeks. He says, get him out now, because the judge saw that it was wrong. He shouldn't have been in there. He shouldn't have been arrested. There was no hearing. There was no nothing. And the COs came in and just quick put his stuff together right here, and he was out just like that. What's going on here? Something that doesn't make sense means there's something else that we don't know that has to be known. So that's the background of this present defamation hearing, because when he was allegedly wrongfully detained in Dodge County Jail for 6 months, after he was released, he filed suit because of that wrongful detainment. And that lawsuit was dismissed. Then it was appealed at the appellate court level, and that lawsuit was dismissed again. So everything against the sheriff's office, against Dodge County was all done. Closed case. But somebody didn't want that to end like that. The sheriff didn't want to just see it just disappear like that. He wanted to get in the last word, it seems to me, because 2-3 months later, he came on his Facebook page for the county sheriff. He came on his personal Facebook page for politics. He was on the Beaver Dam radio station, and he just told everybody what a good sheriff he was and how he just kind of protected them from this evil monster, Amakri. And I thought to myself, it's all over, it's all done, and now he comes on and digs it all up again. And I thought to myself, there's going to be another lawsuit, I just know it, and sure enough, here we go. So this lawsuit would not have had to take place if the sheriff would have just buttoned his lips. But he couldn't do it. He just couldn't. He wanted to get in that last word, I guess. So now it's gone on for over a year and 3, 4, 5 months, I don't know, but things go slow. But we're to the point where we're to the final pre-trial hearing, and we're going to find out if they can make a deal. And if they can't make a deal, guess where we're going? We're going to trial with a jury. And that means there's going to be people on the stand. And public documents show that there is actually police enforcement officials that are ready to testify against the sheriff. No names mentioned, but it's all on public record if you go in and look at the filings. So I don't think the sheriff really wants to go there. We'll find out what happens. But that is the background for this present lawsuit of defamation against the sheriff by Amakri. I would like all of us to attend that hearing. I think it's well worth it. This is our sheriff in Dodge County. We should see what's going on. It's in September, the end of September. Why not put that on your calendar? And it's going to be in Washington County. They pulled it out of Dodge County. Judge Hetzel of Washington County is going to be overseeing this hearing. It'll be on the second floor at the courthouse in Washington County in West Bend. That's where it's going to be. And we'll see what kind of agreement they may have come to. They may not come to an agreement, which means they will start setting up timing for a trial by jury. And that's a whole nother process with picking out your jury, and it just goes on, but we'll see what happens. So I think we should be talking about this lawsuit more than we should be talking about the one that the sheriff is talking about. He's talking about the one that he filed against this gal in Illinois. I think this is more active than that one. This is one that a resident filed against our sheriff, and it's coming further to the end. So I just wanted to make that mentioned. I wanted to bring that to your attention. Please put that down, that date, September 23rd. It's a Wednesday, I believe, September 23rd, 11 o'clock a.m. So you have plenty of time to get there. And let's fill up that courthouse and see what's going to happen in that case. Thank you.